Euro 1964 was the second edition of the tournament. Much like the first, it was chaotic, high-scoring, and vastly different from modern versions. Despite this, Spain prevailed and won their first major tournament. But how did they win? Why was this tournament so different from its contemporary counterparts? This is the story of the 1964 Euro tournament. Only 17 teams entered the qualifying process for the 1960 tournament. This time, there was a surge in interest, leading to 29 entrants. Like the previous edition, qualification was a two-leg knockout tournament. The final four would qualify. Due to 29 entrants, 3 teams were randomly selected and given a bye into the next round. Austria, Luxembourg, and the Soviet Union were selected. Spain was drawn against Romania. The first leg was played at the Santiago Bernabeu. Spain made a blistering start. Vicente Guillot opened the scoring after just 7 minutes. Just 2 minutes later, Jose Veloso made it 2-0. Enrique Cola put Spain 3-up after 17 minutes. Spain dominated the game and won 6-0. Guillot scored a hat-trick. The second leg was played in Bucharest. Romania started fast and gave Spain a little scare by going 2-0 up after just 8 minutes. But in the end, they could only win 3-1, and Spain won the tie 7-3 on aggregate. Elsewhere, England made their first Euro appearance. They were drawn against France. The first leg was played at Hillsborough, Sheffield. It proved to be a competitive affair. Yvon Goujon put the French up after just 8 minutes. Ronald Flowers equalised for England with a penalty after 57 minutes. The game ended 1-1. Alf Ramsey was appointed England's new manager before the second leg. A competitive match was expected in Paris. Instead, the French completely dismantled England. Marian Wisniewski scored after just 3 minutes. France would be 3-0 up by half-time. England fought back a little in the second half, but France won 5-2 in the end, an overall score of 6-3. Greece was drawn against Albania. However, the two nations were technically still at war, so Greece decided to boycott the tie. This gave Albania a bye into the next round. Before moving on to the round of 16, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. This is the second entry of my Euro series. I post a new video every 2 weeks. If you're new to my channel, consider watching my now completed World Cup series. Thank you very much. Spain was drawn against Northern Ireland. The first leg was played in Bilbao. The first half remained goalless as both teams struggled to create chances. Spain opened the scoring after 60 minutes through Amancio Varela. Despite the goal, Ireland played well and got a deserved equaliser after 76 minutes. William Irvine scored from the penalty spot. The game finished 1-1. The return leg was played in Belfast. It proved to be another competitive match. Spain scored the decisive goal in the 66th minute through Real Madrid legend Hinto. Spain won 1-0. Elsewhere in the round of 16, the Netherlands were stunned by Luxembourg, who beat them 3-2 on aggregate. Spain played the Republic of Ireland in the quarter-finals. After a tricky tie with Northern Ireland, a challenging game was expected. Instead, Spain routed Ireland in Seville. Amancio scored the first of his 2 goals after just 12 minutes. Josep Fuste made it 2-0 after just 15 minutes. Andy McAvoy got one back for Ireland, but Spain completed a 5-1 rout through another Amancio goal and 2 from Marcelino. The second leg was played in Dublin. Spain won comfortably after Pedro Zabaya scored 2 goals. Spain won 7-1 on aggregate. Elsewhere in the quarter-finals, Hungary knocked out France 5-2 on aggregate after winning 3-1 in France and 2-1 in Hungary. Defending champions, the Soviet Union beat Sweden 4-2 on aggregate. Denmark and Luxembourg played the best tie in the qualifying tournament. They drew 3-3 in Luxembourg, then 2-2 in Copenhagen. But the game did not go to penalties. Instead, a third leg was played. The third match was played in a neutral venue, Amsterdam. Denmark won the game 1-0 and 6-5 overall. The main tournament was played between the 17th and the 21st of June 1964. The tournament was hosted in Spain. Denmark, Hungary, Spain and the Soviet Union were the 4 qualified teams. Spain played Hungary in the semi-finals. The game was played at the Santiago Bernabeu. Spain started faster and was rewarded with a goal after 35 minutes. Chus Pereira scored with a brilliant header. Spain continued to apply pressure but could not score. Hungary, on the other hand, looked dangerous when they counter-attacked. In the second half, Hungary created chances by pushing for an equaliser. Unfortunately, they missed several chances. Spain also had their opportunities but failed to score. In the 84th minute, Hungary had another shot, which Jose Iribar had saved, but the ball fell to Ferenc Bene, who scrambled it in. The game went into extra time. The game continued to be end-to-end, but again, both teams missed chances. It looked like a replay would need to be played, but in the 112th minute, Spain got a goal. A cross was headed down into the path of Amancio, who fired it in from close range. Spain won 2-1 and were in the final. The reigning champions, the Soviet Union, played Denmark in the other semi-final at Camp Nou, Barcelona. The Soviets dominated the game from start to finish. Just 19 minutes in, Valeri Voronin scored with a deflected volley from 25 yards out. After 40 minutes, Viktor Ponedelnik made it 2-0. After being played into the box, he scored with a lovely low finish into the bottom corner. Denmark pushed for a goal in the second half, but never threatened to score past legendary keeper Lev Yashin. In the 87th minute, a long ball was played through to Valentin Ivanov. He dribbled into the box, cut inside and fired it in. The Soviet Union won 3-0. Hungary and Denmark played each other in the third-place playoff game. Ferenc Bene opened the scoring for Hungary after 11 minutes. Karl Bertilsson equalised for Denmark in the 82nd minute. The game went into extra time. In the 107th minute, Hungary was awarded a penalty. Dejan Novak scored to give Hungary a 2-1 win. The Euro 1964 final was played on June 21st at the Santiago Bernabeu. This was the first ever meeting between Spain and the Soviet Union. Spain started better and had an early chance through a Luis Suarez free kick. In the 6th minute, Marcelino tackled Ivanov. He then played a 1-2 with Carlos Lapetra before crossing to Chus Pereira. Pereira controlled the ball and fired it in from close range. Just 2 minutes later, Galimzian Kusenov received the ball from the left side of the box. He took a weak shot, but Spain keeper Iribar allowed the ball through. It was 1-1. Despite the two early goals, the rest of the half was cagey and had few chances. Spain dominated early in the second half, but failed to capitalise with a goal. Amancio hit the side netting with a shot. Marcelino produced a stunning save from Yashin. The Soviets had a penalty appeal turned down when Igor Chislenko dribbled into the box and was brought down. Spain also strongly appealed for a penalty but was turned down. In the 84th minute, Feliciano Revilla passed to Pereira, who then crossed into the box. Viktor Shustikov missed the ball, which allowed Marcelino to header powerfully and score in the near post. Spain won the game 2-1 and became European champions. It was their first major international tournament. They did not know it then, but it would be decades before they won another. That was the story of the Euro 1964 tournament. To learn more, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.